Oh, hello, hello, Spirit House here. I just wanted to talk a little bit about my priorities and values in life after a lot of, painful experiences that I've overcome and healing work that I've done. Is that first and foremost, the first three things I would say in this order is peace, um, harmony, and love. Peace, harmony, and love. I didn't realize it, but since I was a child, and I had lessons to learn from this too. At that point, of course, I was a child. I was very, very young, like 5 and 6. But I realized that my peace was more important than competing with brothers and sisters. I was the youngest of four, and I was from a different father, and so, I was quite a bit younger than my two brothers, who were 12 and 10 years older than me, and my sister, who was almost 5 years older than me. And, they were always competing with each other, and I just kind of like sat back and watched, and it was never that important to me. Nothing was ever that important to me. I would rather have my peace, solitude, harmony, over arguing and fighting, and love. So, and as I got older, I realized that, I observe people and cut out people along the way with no problem because I'm a Scorpio, um, that brought drama into my life. And after I got to a certain age, I was like, nothing is worth this. So I cut out family members along the way. Like, I had a family member that was just at every holiday or gathering that they would come fly into, they would start shit and try to stir the pot and try to start conflict between all of us. And it was like, it's this, well, it's actually two, but there was one that was stood out among the rest as the champion of chaos and conflict and just tearing people down, their personal character. Why do you do this like this? Why do you do that? Like, I mean, angry. Her anger showed as when she came to visit, she would break the toilet seat or break the door in the car. And her anger shows in everything she does. It's like even closing a car door, her anger comes out and you can see it. And if you're an empath, you can feel it. It's like, and she used to like bully me a lot as a child, bully me constantly, was jealous of me always, and did some really horrid things as a child to another child, when no one was looking. But I'll just say that as I more recently in the last like probably 7 years, I spent so much time away from her, and then and I had some bad experiences as a young adult when I was in my first marriage, where she came and I had a business and my husband had a business, and she came like on short notice, and we had to go to work, and she didn't want to go to work with us. She didn't want to do, take a cab or anywhere. So, or maybe didn't have the money. I don't know. But there was an agenda, and she went through every corner of the house and stole a bunch of dishes and all kinds of stuff. Went through corners of my husband's. We'd been together for 5 years at that point. Or we'd been married for a short time, but we'd been together for a long time and had a business together and everything. And she went through a closet that was from his childhood that I'd never even snooped around in, because I'm not that kind of person. I respect people's privacy, but she went through it and stole things from it, and he noticed later. And it was like, whoa. So anyway, that was her young self, and she used to steal things from me. So I'm like, okay, that passed. That passed. But when my aunt died and I went to Oregon, she actually stole something from me that was meaningful to me. And she didn't steal anything else that might have been more valuable as far as the selling point, but she stole it just because I happened to mention that a friend gave it to me and it was special to me. And that's the kind of people you really need to watch out for. And then when we were trying to commemorate my aunt's death, after my mom and I had moved everything and packed everything out of her house, not even her own daughter, but my mom and I, not my cousin, who was her daughter, but my mom and I drove to Oregon, packed everything, and it was on a beach house. And I put a bottle together, a bottle with a message in it and some commemorative things for my aunt, that were really special, and put different things in it. And my sister tore me down for it. She was like, "That's so fucking stupid. Why did you mention my name in there? I don't want my name in that bottle." And it was a first name. It wasn't even a last name. And she flipped out on me. And so I basically told her to fuck off and go away. And sorry for my language, but that's what I did. And so as an adult, more and more I've stood up for myself. And at first she was just like shocked. It's like somebody slapped her in the face and she was a victim. She was a victim because I stood up for myself. And as time went on, she has become more subdued around me, but she's more hateful when she's not around me. And I can feel it, okay? And she lives a state away from me. She doesn't live in my state. So it's like, people really show their colors as they grow older, and they don't heal their childhood wounds. And it becomes of magnitude proportions for their future and their karma. And it's just a message I wanted to give. Everyone has family like this, and actually a lot more family members have showed their real faces to me since then, since that point few years ago when my aunt died. And before that, some of them show their face at a young age, and you just don't want to, you're like, okay, because you're so submissive, or you're so, you're the youngest, and you're mellow. Oh, Heather's in her own head all the time. She's so mellow. Oh, she's always, wanting to do things on her own, this and that. But it's like, I could observe everything that was going on, and I was very wise to it, unbeknownst to them. But what I want to say is that, and later it's like when she would come for there's two of them that are a lot alike, my siblings, but they don't want to admit it, but they are a lot alike and they hate each other. But, at every gathering for holidays, which was really important to my mother. Okay. It was really important. And so for a long time, I just bit my tongue when she would push me and attack my character personally and just constantly pick the whole time she was here. And you couldn't be around her more than 3 days, because by the third day, she would be so disgusting and impossible to deal with that you were just like, I can't wait for you to leave. When are you going to leave? Let me take you to the airport type thing. And the last visit was pretty good, but it's only because she knew that I was on to her shit and what she was doing behind the scenes. Oh, Heather, I love you so much, this and that. And she's never been that way before. And maybe she is trying to change, and I hope she is. Because I do, I wish the best for her. But it's like the greed that she's shown me over the years, and just the hatred and anger is unbelievable. And it's so for a long time, because I knew that the holiday outings were very important to my mother, because to have all her kids together was very important. And I put her needs above my own, and I would just bite my tongue, but it got so bad that I started just telling her off, and I wouldn't keep at it. I would just it's a once-off thing. I would get to my boiling point and tell her to F off and get out of my face. And then it would die off for a while, and then it would come back. But it's it got to the point where it was I couldn't be a self-respecting person and endure the kind of things that she was doing, even though my mother was there, and endure that. So, you can reach a medium, but you become over time a master of harmony. You can deal with these people and still create harmony within your life and not allow it in your life. You can have peace, love, and harmony by cutting people out that are just, trigger you. It's like you're triggered for a reason because they're trying to trigger you. And you're the most important thing in your life. Your peace and happiness and harmony are more important than anything else, because you can't be anything to anyone else. You can't be anything to yourself without maintaining that harmony, peace, and love, in your life. And if that means that you have to cut out certain family members, then so be it. You're doing yourself a favor, and you will be blessed for that. You are blessed for that because you are being true to yourself. You're not trying to please other people. You are just saying, fuck it. I'm going to please myself. And that way I can be of service to other people, but not the wrong people. Not the wrong people that want to take advantage, that want to destroy my peace and happiness, that hate on me behind the scenes, that are jealous, that hate, it's just, there's no need to involve those people in your life. And as you get older, you realize it, but the younger you realize it, the better, because the happier you'll be. You'll find such joy, and then you'll be blessed. So it's like there's no way to go wrong with that. And it may be hard and hurt, but is it hurting to cut people that are toxic out of your life? Is that really painful? After you've done it for a while, you'll realize that it's a wondrous thing. It's a wondrous thing. So I just wanted to encourage people that are going through toxic abuse and things like that. It's like, once you actually start to love yourself and prioritize yourself, and even your children, if you have children, over above all else, and your peace, harmony, and love, so that you can maintain a level of consciousness, so that you are able to love and be joyful at times. That there's nothing that can replace that. Nothing. No amount of money can ever replace that. And your privacy. And I know privacy is like an illusion to a certain extent now, but you can do things to protect your privacy by not telling everyone your business, because there are people, as soon as you tell them your new project or what you're doing, they will attack it spiritually and physically. I mean, people are that evil. And it took me a long time to realize this, and it was really hurtful. At first I realized it was really painful for me when I first realized that someone didn't care if I lived or died, that I was really close to for a long time, or I thought I was. But after that, I realized, well, that's nothing. They were actually trying to kill me. Forget whether they cared if I lived or died or just didn't care about me. They were actually targeting me and trying to kill me. And so that gives you perspective. It's like nothing is worth, no amount of money, nothing anyone promises you is ever worth your peace, your harmony, and your love in your life. And you will realize this if you just try it. So anyway, I love you guys. I just wanted to share that wisdom with you based on experience. And I will talk to you in my next video. Have a wonderful evening, morning, or afternoon, wherever you are. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.